Today, let's learn The Enemy by Pearl S. Buck in Class 12 Vistas. About the author. Pearl S. Buck was an American writer and novelist. Her novel, The Good Earth, won the Pulitzer Prize in 1932. The theme. The Enemy gives the message that humanism transcends all man-made prejudices and barriers. Dr. Sadao upholds the ethics of medical profession in treating an enemy. The story is a great lesson of peace, love, sympathy, fellow feeling and humanism. Introduction to the story. The story highlights how a Japanese doctor saves the life of an American prisoner of war and rises above narrow national prejudices. He risks his honor, career, position, and life by sheltering a war prisoner of the enemy camp and saving his life. The author has beautifully portrayed the conflict in the doctor's mind as a private individual and as a citizen with a sense of national loyalty. Look at the summary. Dr. Sadao Hoki was an eminent Japanese surgeon and scientist. He had spent 8 valuable years of his youth in America to learn surgery and medicine. He was perfecting a discovery which would render wounds entirely clean. Dr. Sadao's house was built on rocks above narrow beach that outlined with best pines. It was on a spot of the Japanese coast. He was not sent to the war front because of his discovery, and he was also taking care of the sick general who might need a surgery any time. He wanted only Dr. Sadao to take care of him. One evening, he and his wife found an injured prisoner of war at the coast. The doctor knew that they would be arrested if they sheltered a white man. The wounded man was a prisoner of war who had escaped with a bullet on his back. Since Japan was at war with America, harboring an enemy meant being a traitor to Japan. Dr. Sadao could be arrested if anyone complained against him and accused him of harboring an enemy. The servants were frightened that their master was going to heal the wound of a white man, an enemy. They felt that after being cured, the white man will take revenge on the Japanese. Yumi, the maid, was also frightened. She refused to wash the white man. Hannah rebuked the maid, who refused to wash a wounded, helpless man. Then she dipped a small towel into the steaming hot water and washed the white man's face. She kept on washing him until his upper body was quite clean, but she dared not to turn him over. Dr. Sadao and his wife Hannah had told the servants that they only wanted to bring the man to his senses so that they could turn him over as a prisoner. They knew that the best possible course under the circumstances was to put him back into the sea. However, Dr. Sadao was against handing over a wounded man to the police. He carried him to his house, he operated upon him and extracted the bullet from his body. He kept the white man in his house. He and his wife looked after him and fed him till he was strong enough to walk on his legs. On the 7th day, since Dr. Sadao had operated upon the young white man, their 3 servants left together in the afternoon, and a messenger came there in official uniform. He told Dr. Sadao that he had to come to the palace at once as the old general was in pain again. Hannah tried to cover his mistake by expressing regret and admitted that the general's illness was enough. Dr. Sadao told the general about the white man. Since Sadao was indispensable to the general, he promised that Dr. Sadao would not be arrested. The general promised to send his private assassins to kill the man silently and secretly at night and remove his body. Dr. Sadao left the outer partition of the white man's room opened. He waited anxiously for 3 nights. The servants had left their house, but nothing happened. His wife Hannah had to cook, clean the house, and serve the wounded man. She was unaccustomed to this labor. She was anxious that they would get rid of the man. Slowly he recovered. Dr. Sadav told Tom, the white man, that he was quite well then. He offered to put his boat on the shore that night. It would have food and extra clothing in it. Tom might be able to row to the little island which was not far from the coast. It had not been fortified. The water was quite deep. Nobody lived there, as it was submerged in storm. Since it was not the season of storm, he could live there till he saw a Korean fishing boat pass by. He gave the man his flashlight. He had to signal twice with his flashlight at sunset in case his food ran out. In case he was still there and all right, he was to signal only once. Dr. Sadav gave the man Japanese clothes and covered his blond head with black cloth. In short, Dr. Sadav had helped the man to escape from Japan. At the same time, he got rid of the man too.